Good afternoon to everyone. Welcome back to the 7th day, 14th session of FDP Phase 1, organized by Department of Mechatronics, Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, Bengaluru. George Kurtz said that the technology will not replace the great teachers, but the technology in hands of the great teachers can be transformational. With this quote, myself, Murugesh, Assistant Professor in Triple Department, I feel privileged to welcome you all on behalf of Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering for AICT sponsored 2-week online faculty development program on fostering ethics, moral values and character building in technical education from 23rd November to December 5th, 2020, organized by Department of Mechatronics. It's a great pleasure to have the Professor B. Krushid Ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechatronics, Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, Bengaluru. Here with us as a resource person, Ma'am is delivering a talk for the today session. We welcome you, ma'am, as a resource person.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we'll have a glance on the introduction to the Professor Krushid ma'am. The Krushid ma'am has completed her undergraduation in Electronics and Communication Engineering in the year 2004, post-graduation in Computer Networks in the year 2012, respectively from Sri Visvesvaraya Technological University, Belgaum. She is pursuing her research for the award of PhD in wireless communication from Visvesvaraya Technological University, Belgaum, Karnataka. Currently working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mechatronics, Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. She has 15 years of rich experience as an academician. She has published 18 papers in various national, international conferences and journals of repute journals. She received Best Paper Presentation Award in International Journal of Engineering Advanced Technology, August 2019, conducted by Department of CSE, Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. Her area of interest include wireless networks, communication, cognitive radio network, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, and so on. She is a lifetime member of Indian Society for Technical Education, IETE. She has involved in organizing many seminars, workshops, mini project exhibition at state level, and FDPs, worked as a coordinator for Smart India Hackathon in the year 2018 and 19. She has organized online webinar during the pandemic COVID-19 situation, received second prize for the project of KCST state level mini project exhibition organized by the Department of Mechatronics in the year 2018. She has received fund from various organizations like KCST and twice research grants for student projects in KCSTA 2015 and 2019. She has received the Student Best Project Award from KCST 43rd Series of the Student Project Program in the year 2019 and 20. And recently, ma'am has received a grant of 3 lakh from the VGST, Government of Karnataka, for the scheme of RGST 2020. Okay, we have an eminent personality for the today's session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. So, a warm welcome to one and all for this session. I, I take this opportunity to thank AICT, management, CD sir, Dr. M. Shishidhar sir, Principal Dr. Suresha sir, HOD Dr. Vijayshri Gudyal madam for giving this opportunity. Welcome all the participants for the session. So the topic which I will be delivering is imparting ethics and moral values in technical education. The intention of selecting this topic, imparting ethics and moral values, is that there is a lag in ethical and moral values. So it is needed to include these values in the technical education. Why only in technical education? See, technical education, when we come to talk about the technical education, the main thing will come engineering. Right? This is the most important technical education is comes under engineering stream. So engineering is having large number of branches like civil, electronics, electrical, mechanical, and many more. See, when a civil engineer is a one who builds a house, an electrical engineer is the one who will be supplying the power supply. An electronic engineer is the one who will be designing electronic devices. A mechanical engineer is the one who will be designing or operating machines. See, when there is no ethics involved in that, there is a drawback in the economical growth of the nation as well as well-being of the society. So, a technical education is the mainstream where it is necessary to include ethics and moral values. So, with this introductory words, we'll start. What is a moral value and ethics? When we talk moral values, it tells what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is evil. It is the one which tells what is truth, what is the freedom, what is the charity. When we come to an ethics, ethics is nothing but a branch of a philosophy which completely deals with the morality. And each and every person will be having ethics inbuilt within him. The lagging is that the judgment, what he takes, whether he is taking a right one or a wrong one. When he selects the right one, he is mentioned as a person with a good ethical nature. That's where comes the ethics. So ethics can be considered as the moral outcomes. Ethic can be considered as a moral outcomes, where all the moral values recedes is in our day-to-day life is respecting how best we respect our elders, how best we respect our working place, how best we respect our colleagues, how best we respect each and every situation which comes under our way of the life. A family. A family is a bonded commitment where it is compulsory needed a respect, ethics, and moral values for a good bonding between the each and every member of the family. A adjustment and a compromising nature. It's really a very best nature to have a adjusting and a compromising nature in the field wherever we work, whether it is a working place, a family, or a society. Helping mentality, respecting religions, justice, honest, never hurt anyone. These are the few moral values which we have to build in us. A moral values, a concept of doing right things, and our basic guidelines for life living. So ethics. As I mentioned you people that ethics is nothing but the outcome of morality. Outcome of morality. Always following a rule to adopt or to follow a good thing, a living the evil. So ethic can be considered as a bonding An integration of integrity, principle, honesty, right, fairness, responsibility, and many more. Ethic is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do. So, see, when we come to a pictorial representation, see, morality, it mentions our brain thinks both positive sides as well as negative side. But ethic, we, the human being, which are imbibed already, including it is ethics is already in ourself, just a judgment and growing the truths comes the ethics. So only we have to think, we should thought only a good thing in our mind, in our heart, so that we have a cleansed soul. So the pictorial represents us when we are inbuilt with the moral and ethical values, the negativity between us, within us will move back. The clarity will come in front of us. That is what the picture tells. When a person is completely filled with the moral and ethical values, the negativity goes on. It's wipe off. It means that we cleanses our soul. So Mahatma Gandhi ji has mentioned, your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. So your actions become your habits. Yes, your habit becomes your values. Your values become your destination. Yes, it's really a good. So then why we need to impact ethics and moral values in the education? See, we came to know what is a morality, what is a moral values, what is ethics. Then what is the need to have these things in the education? Because the education is the one which plays a vital role right from our childhood till the maximum of our lifetime will be spending in the education. See, as a child, we get educated from our mother, from our family members. As we grow up, we'll join a school. In the schooling, if it is ethics and moral values are included as a moral stories, which we have already heard, and because of that reason, today we are having a morality and ethics in us. In schoolings, we have studied. As we grow up, we join a higher education to get a graduation. That is what a schooling, graduation, mastering, a research which completely involves motivation, knowledge, art, discipline. Education is the important thing which plays a vital role in all the students, in each and every person. So, with respect to this one, when we include these values in the education, then right from our a lower age to the maximum amount of age will be completely built with the moral and ethical values. Because of that reason, it is a request or a need to include ethics and moral values as a course in the education system so that each and every stage of our life will be including or we will be go on adding the ethics and moral values into our life. So for the benefits of the society, for the benefits of the nation, for the benefit of our own self. So, why? Education opens the door of the minds, cleanses the soul, and helps in self realization. Yes, we need to cleanse our soul. When the soul will be cleansed, when we have a helping nature, a humanity, a morality, a wisdom, a manner, a good behavior, all these things when we build in ourselves, our soul will get cleanses. Our mind will be free to think. That is what is called a self-realization. As you can see in the pictorial representation, the children, the students who are thinking a teacher is a guru, who teaches us the good ethical and moral values. With that intention, we should have that nature to build and to project ourselves in front of the students so that they get a trust on us to believe that the ma'am what he's saying, the sir what he's saying is the correct. With respect to this one, and the one more pictorial representation I have given, which is having a book and which there is a tree. What does it mean? It means that the education which is given from the book has to be rooted. See, I have not mentioned the roots there because the education, the book should be such that the ethics and moral values should be as a root of the book. The tree which grows is a knowledge, information, as well as a wisdom. So when the tree grows, it gives a fruits. But for us, what is the fruit? Can anyone guess what is the fruit for us? As a human being, the fruit should be as a money. That is what the plant is showing. Education should be rooted with ethics and moral values, which grows into a tree, which gives a fruit. It's nothing but a money to lead a happy and a luxury life, so that we can give some good thing to the society. With that intention, it's compulsory that education needs these values, which opens the doors of the mind, cleanses the soul, and helps in self-realization. Next, today's colleges and universities. See, we know what is moral values, what is ethics, and how these are all involved in the education, right? Then what about today's colleges and universities? Whether they are providing a ethics and moral values? No, because the complete education system is one which is having a large number of courses or subjects which are completely related to a technical thing, right? An institute creates and discriminates knowledge within a particular society, and they are also the gateway to power, significantly affecting the quality of economy and social life throughout the world. Means the education are the one which are providing students, educated people who are not well built with these values. See, majority of the crimes today which are coming are from the schools and colleges. The students coming out of the schools and colleges and a well-educated people are the one who are doing a crime. There is a lapse. There is a lapse in ethics and moral values among the students. This lapse in these values, a decline in these ethical values, because of which there is a crime, scam, many more things. So, the best way to avoid a crime, spams, many more things is to include ethics and moral values into our curriculum. The way how it was done in the ancient days, the guru who used to preach a human values, a well-being of the society, an institutional moral responsibility, a human development, a culture of integrity, which was more important in the ancient days, which is missing nowadays. Because of that intention, it is compulsory to include ethics, moral values, character building as a course of our curriculum. The ultimate goal of this, including ethics and moral values, is that to build a truth, to manifest the perfection already present in a man. Why? The perfection already present in a man. Why? Because ethics is already inbuilt in us. It is the one we should judge, which is a right one, and we should choose the right one, to obey the right one, to follow the right one. This is what the today's education is getting declined. Then education insists to consisting of three things. One is information, a knowledge, and a wisdom. Nowadays, the complete education is completely concentrating on information and a knowledge. There is a lag in the wisdom. There is a lag in the wisdom. See, these components, the knowledge is followed by the information. The knowledge and information are continuously getting grown in the educational sector, with which there is a healthy growth in the skills rather than rather than a moral values and ethics. A well educated person is said to be a completely blind until and unless he have a morality, a ethical values in him. Then only a person is said to be had a wisdom. A wisdom is nothing but an integration of character, clarity, a wisdom, manner, behavior, information, knowledge, all this put together is used results to a wisdom. See, nowadays the education system has become self-centric, greedy. The people are getting educated only to show their status. So India, but when we come to talk about India, the India is really recognized as a one which we can tell proudly that Indians do their work with an ethics and morality. At not to the extent of 100%, but they have in their imbibed in them the ethics and morality because of which we are proud to be an Indians. But what happens in the higher education is that as the way of the life goes in a higher education sector, there is a lag. There is a lag related to these moral values. So Albert Einstein, sir, has mentioned a, a successive person is not having value until he is inbuilt with ethics and their moral values. A success is nowhere have its own value until and unless a person is having a humanity inbuilt within him. If he is not having all these values inbuilt in him, if he is not having these things, then the success is waste. The education is considered as a blind thing. So, see, why there is no measurement of ethical parameter in the higher education? Why is this question? I am mentioning that there is no measurement of ethical parameters in the higher education. Then how it is measured? How it is measured is, for example, the quality management in higher education is measured in terms of academic environment. The quality management in higher education, see here I'm specifying many times. The quality management in higher education is measured with academic environment. Then what do you mean by academic environment? What you are measuring in academic environment? We are measuring how many libraries are present, how many journals are present, how many international and national conference papers have been published. With respect to this one, the academic environment is being measured. Come to an intellectual capital. It is measured in terms of number of faculties recruited, how many seminars they have conducted, how many conferences they have conducted, how many faculty developments they have conducted. So here capital is measured in terms of this one. When you come to a physical infrastructure, you know, physical infrastructure is measured in terms of number of classrooms, number of laboratories, how well an auditorium is built, industrial interface. When you talk about the industrial interface, it is measured in terms. So if you people will be knowing better, right? Because we all are faculties. So in industrial interference, it is measured in terms of how many MOUs have been done, how many companies have done programs in the college, how many consultancy projects have been carried out. This is how industrial interface is measured in higher education. Placements. When you talk about placement, how many of the students have been recruited on campus? What is the annual income they are receiving from the company? Innovation. When you talk about the innovation is measured in terms of updation or change in the curriculum. Innovation is done in terms of including a new courses or or a subject in the curriculum. See, when a quality management is in higher education is measured with this one, then where is the measurement for ethics and moral values? Yes, this is the way we are lagging in ethics and moral values. With this intention, I have selected the topics imparting ethics and moral values. Come to a classroom or come to a environment in the institute, the one which we have discussed in the measuring qualities. When you come to practical aspects relating to the ethics in institutes of higher education, see how far education has succeeded in helping students to become integral part of the society. Whether the education is providing the students who is well educated and inbuilt with ethics and moral values? No, no. But their religion and culture, their family members, if they have taught, those same thing will be proceeded. The students are having already inbuilt ethics, which have we are the one who should boost them to judge the correct one. So universities are awarding degree, a certificate, not even measuring the quality of education. And nowadays, the education has become a status increasing away. Teachers deliver lecture. They don't have a particular method to follow. They just go few teachers. I'm not pointing to all. There are very good teachers, very good colleges. I salute them. But there are few laggings generally that they go to class, they'll start reading the textbook or they'll read the guidebooks. It's not ethical. And just accumulating the material and giving, it's not the case. Just delivering an educational subjects is not enough. We are when we are completely born to a subject, it means that we are making a student educated who is completely blind, who don't know what is the society is, what the society needs, what is needed for a well-being of the society, how well we can be, how well we can make our family members happy, how well the society should be there, what is the annual income which is needed for the growth of the nation. There it lacks. So the colleges are a plain enrollment centers and exam bodies. They are not bothered about the quality of teaching and ethical consideration. Neither there is any procedure. There is no any procedure for the measurements of ethics, whether the teacher is in providing an ethical moral values. It's there is a missing in these values. Because of that reason, as it is measured with these things, as well as the practically when we go and insight into institutional higher education, we see many step back, a drawback in these values. With respect to that one, there is a need to impart ethics and moral values in technical education. See, nowadays, just a booking worm is not at all needed to the situation. The day by day it is becoming very bad, where the education has less preference, the morality, the humanity, the ethical values keeps the person very high when compared to the education. So nowadays we should zoom to see ethics and moral values in the children. That is what the book is showing. Some ethics and moral values. How can we measure the ethics and moral values in the education system? Yes, the, these values can be measured by including these values as a course, a capsulation of a morality, moral stories in our curriculum, by giving us seminars, by forming a committee which is completely related to the morality. We should form a committee. We should give a group discussion, the establishment of ethical committees and performing of their activities in higher educational institution. Nowadays, you can see nowadays, the apex bodies are giving funds to carry on these ethical values for the student, for the faculties. For example, few of the countries, just I have mentioned few of the countries here, in US, they have included 500 courses in the business and management as well as in the technical structure which completely deals with ethics and moral values. For example, as I am a resource person here, this is only because of an apex body of the India like AICT, UGC are sponsoring, are giving funds only to give ethical and a moral value. That is why a department of mechatronics is having this phase 1 and phase 2 session, a 2-week online faculty development program, which is possible only because of AICT. These people are, apex bodies are getting involved in imparting ethics, moral values, character building, and healthy society development. For that, like this, different countries are they are involving these values in their educational system. So where all we can start developing morality is a moral development. See here, the students they don't need a 5 minutes or a 1 minute ethical or a moral value discussion. They need hours together. So it will be a best to include these values as a curriculum. So moral development. What do you mean by moral development? A good manners, a behavior, a character, a wisdom. There where the moral development has to be done. A cultural development, a religious development, a family, a, a working environment, there should be a cultural development of a morality and development of a healthy and balanced personality, a creation of a good citizenship, and resolving conflicts, a cooperative living, maintenance, peace and harmony, adjustments with the environments and its modification. So, national integration and national development. So, next, the formation of ethics and moral values. Where are we can root a seed these ethics and moral values. Where all we can start is within the family, within the school, within the state, within a religion. That is value forming institutions. In the value forming institution, we can formation of the ethics can be done. Yes, in the family, a mother, a brother, a elder sister, a elder brother, these are the people who should teach the children how, what is good, what is bad, how to behave in a changing environment, a schooling, state, a religion, organizational values, a management, administrative, administration, a principal, a HOD, and a faculty, a child from a faculty to a student. There should be an ethical flow or a mobilization should be followed in organizational values. These are where we can form a formation of ethics and these values. Our peers and colleagues, when we mingle with the colleagues, there should be a talk which is an ethical and a moral value. And work in our workplace also, in our career also, we should know which is the right one, which is the wrong one, and which is the evil. We should avoid the bad and the evil in our career also. We should build a career with an ethical way. And personal codes, a personal professional codes. A professional codes means a working place, how professionally we act based on the ethics. Situational factors. By seeing the situation, we should get addicted to the situation. See, there is a situation, unknowingly or unknowingly, we try to do the things which are others doing. When we calmly sit and think, we'll come to know that it may be a wrong. With this, the situational factors, we should see to the situational factors and try to adjust to the right one. Okay, and avoiding the bad. Teacher as a mentor. Yes, a teacher as a mentor plays a very, very, very important role. See, at the basic, a teacher plays a basic need for the student ethical and moral value development. A teacher plays a very important role. A teacher is the one who should create an environment of love, truth, security, of wisdom. A teacher has to know the personal development of the student and get adjusted to their nature. By seeing their nature, we should try to counsel them, mentor them, not with our view. We should think how personally the student is. What is the mentality of the person, student, based on their mentality? We should try to build the nature of mentoring the student based on the circumstances. We should change the way of mentoring the students. So it's better not to talk orally. We should start giving them examples. We should give them a seminars. They should do seminars on the ethics and moral values in the classroom so that they get imbibed with these values. See, we should make sure that they should feel an environment. They should think that, yes, this is the good, there is no bad. We should create this type of environment, a thinking level in the student. There is no option for them. They should select the good. And remember, merely emulation is not an education. We want students eventually not to do things blindly. There is custom or traditional, but a rational deliberation and thoughts. With a rational deliberation and thoughts, they should think and they should act. This is the way a teacher plays a very important, vital role in building these values. Come to a perspective of a student, as a mentee. The student nature should be such that they should think, they should have a courage to listen to a guru who preaches. They should fix in their mind, yes, my guru is the one who shows a right path. And they should have a reacting nature and obeying nature to know the curiosity. Oh, yes, this is a good one. Next, what? Next, what all comes under morality? What are the things we have to opt? That curiosity should be there. We have to build in the student. The student nature should also be a reflecting intention to gain more understanding of these values and their open mind of accepting what the guru tells. And being ethical is the only way for them. In the technical education, we should create this baseband. They also should stand on that. Being proactive means when something is declining, elapsing from the good thing, they must have that potential to withstand, to stand and tell. So anticipating potentiality, the students should have a more declination is there. We should have a challenging process, a healthy environment building, which is very, very, very much needed for the growth of the society, economical growth of the nation, based on which the country is recognized, a well-being of a person. So see, complete the world is completely has to based on the ethics and moral values. Education is nowhere. See, if there is a floods, the education nowhere helps out. The humanity is the one which plays a very important role there. If a person is educated, then he don't know how to help the people who are suffering in the floods. It's really a blind. Because of that reason, I'm telling, a highly educated person is considered as a blind until and unless he is not filled with this morality, ethical values, humanity. Right? Yes, I damn sure I'll tell that a social well-being, integrity in the society is built only when education is completely involved with information, knowledge, wisdom, character building, behavior. That's what a place. Next. So, steps involved in imparting ethics and moral values in technical education. Yes, there are few steps which has to be involved in imparting ethics and moral values in the technical education. As I mentioned, the technical education is the one which is very, very, very important. These people are ruling the nation. These people are ruling the nation. The complete economy of the nation is completely based on these technically educated people. So, what all the steps we have to include to imparting these values is step one, creating an ethical culture. Creating an ethical culture. See, the creating an ethical culture involves a teacher involvement, a student's involvement, a parent's involvement, which completely together forms the society. Forms the society. So creating a best ethical moral practices, best ethical and moral practices. Yes, there should be a best a practice of ethics and moral practice should be there in a human being, a student, a parent, a family member, a teacher, everyone. A leadership modeling and commitments. A leadership modeling and commitments. Yes, there is. They should. Each and every person should have the responsibility as a leader. He himself should consider himself as a leader. Come, creating an ethical culture. In technical education, the one what I have discussed is related to a general. Now, when you come to a technical education, creating an ethical culture is nothing but creating a vision, a institute, an organization. There will be an institute level of vision, mission, and values. The vision has to be built such that it has to include professional values, personal values, and organizational values. These all three personal values, professional values, and organizational values. Keeping in mind all these three, the institute, educational institute, has to be a vision, and this vision has to be kept as a goal to get achieved. How? By forming norms and policies which continuously monitors this vision whether we have following the vision. Yes, if it is declining, how well we can come into a track. With this intention, we should create an ethical culture right from starting from the vision of the institution. So, vision of the institution includes two things. Creating an ethical culture in a educational includes two things. One is a principle, the principles, which is completely related to the vision and values. Next is a 5D process. What is this 5D process? A 5D process is nothing but design, diagnose, a develop, determinant. These are the few things which I consider it is a 5D process, a design. So when you want to design a vision, the educational institute has to design the structure such that which includes all the things which I have showed here, a personal values, professional code of ethics, organizational ethical standard. Yes, nowadays there are colleges which are completely are doing this 3D process. I salute for the colleges and the institution and the college institutions organizations. Really, there are few colleges where they have this 5D process, which includes designing. Yes, designing a vision along keeping in mind these things, values. Come to a diagnosis. What do you mean by diagnosis? Yes, a diagnosis is nothing but in a technical education is the management and administration, a block should formally talk with the HODs and the faculties, and they should collect the data. What is lagging in the educational sector? So no, based on that, again, the faculty has to discuss formally or informally with the students and collect the data and gather the data and analyze and see to it that where there is a lag in the educational system to build our student an integral part of the society. With this diagnosis, we can imbibe these values. So next is development. How to what do you mean by development? See, as and when the scenario changes in our day-to-day life, the modification or updation of the needs of ethics and moral values is needed. With the view of that one, there should be a continuous need of updation of these rules and regulations which are included in the vision. Next, delivering. Yes, once they have built ethical and moral courses, it is delivering is very important. If it is made ready, but it has not been delivered anywhere, if it is not mobilized, if it is not moved, if it is not made to known to the others, then it's really a waste. So there should be a delivering of the information of what is new thing has been included related to these values. Compulsory these values, the related to these things has to be delivered from the management to the administration, from administration to the HODs, from HODs to the faculty, from faculty to the student. The mobilization of these values has to be there, a continuous chain of spreading the morality. Come the determination. Yes, a vital role is played with the determination. What do you mean by determination? See, when you have done a vision, until and unless that vision is being success, there should be a determination. It's not that one day or 2 day. It is a long term, a goal. A determination should be considered as a long time, a goal in achieving. See, no one can achieve ethics and moral values within a 1 day or a two. It takes a long time to get those ethically and morally built students. Yes, 4 years is more than enough to build a student along with education these moral values. Yes, this determination is very important to impart these ethical values and moral values in the student as well as the staff and in an institution as well as in organizational values. So this is what a 5D process. That's a best ethical moral practices. When you come to best ethical moral practices, light up your life with ethical moral values. We ourselves as a staff, as a faculty members, we ourselves has to light up the moral values and the ethics in us. By the brightness of us, the student should see the light. So we're all the ethics, a best practice we can get involved is a challenging processes. Means the student should have a challenging process that yes, I can do the good thing, the right one. The challenging process should be a best practice. Encourage the heart. We should go on encourage ourselves for a self being. Then take care of others. First, you be ethically, morally fit, determined. So, encourage the heart. Think a long term. It should be a long term goal. It cannot be achieved at time within a hour or a 2 hour. So, because of that reason, I mentioned you. There is a need for hours of imparting these values for the students. So, I request that there should be a course included in our engineering curriculum as one of the subject which teaches us ethics, moral values, a good behavior, a character, a manner to achieve a wisdom in their life. Next, a building interdependent relationships. What do you mean by interdependent relationship? See, each religion or a culture will be having their own ethics. But the independent ethics, one autonomous system will be having their own ethics, another autonomous system will be having their own ethics. With their view, though their ethics will be correct, right? With their perspective, their ethics will be correct. When they both come to an opposition, their ethics will be wrong for them, and these ethics will be wrong for them. There is a conflict between the ethics when it comes to a different sector, a religion. So it is compulsory to build interdependent relationships of morals and ethical values for a healthy society. For a healthy society. Fostering community. Fostering community. Encourage communities for a best practice of ethics and moral values. Accepting the ownership and responsibility. Take all the responsibility on your shoulder as an elder, as a faculty member. Take the responsibility of the student or your family so that they take a challenging task, a leadership quality in imparting or delivering ethics and moral values to the society, to the environment where you stay. There plays a very important role. You grow where you stay, right? Either it is a family, home, or a college, or a working place, anywhere, it is the society. So, restrict policies of self-interest. Restrict policy of self-interest means, for example, few peoples will be there, which will they will be doing their own works, entrepreneurs. So when you come to an entrepreneur, a technically educated entrepreneur, they should have their own ethics. See, they should not build their own policies and they start earning the money in unethical manner. It won't work out. So there should be an integrity or interdependence of moral and ethical values. So we should restrict the policies of self-interest interested people in performing an entrepreneur. There should be some rules and policies which has to be followed by this entrepreneur. They should not get declined and elapse the rules. These are the people where there is a decline in the ethical values in the society. So there should be a policies and norms which has to be followed. There should be a restriction. They should not build their own self rules. So the common rules has to be made. That is what building interdependent relationship. It's not only related to the society. It is the workplace. It is the entrepreneurs, which comes a role. Put people and creativity at the center. The moral values and ethical things has to be kept at the center, and it has to be delivered from the center. So which is plays a basic vital role. So beginning the moral values and ethical values, character building in the center, and try to play the game. There will be economical growth in the nation and the society. See, overall, the complete, including these ethics and moral values, is nothing but intention of having a good environment where we survive. A luxury, what we live, this completely comes under this one. Be authenticated. Be authenticated. Yes, this is a correct one. Yes, I should obey. I should do it. Fight for the truth. Fight, have a challenging process. That is what all these things are the way we should have a best practice. These are the things. Encouraging constructive collaboration. Yes, we should collaborate. A constructive collaboration. Think, and then try to formulate norms and policies. Not sit for 1 hour and do the policy. Never. It's the ancient people, ancient guru who teach us those things we should never forget. Those are the things which are making our way a bright future. We should select to the people who made us the way what we are today. With thus encouraging and constructive collaboration, and developing stories of integrity. Yes, the educated people, the, we are lucky that the gurus are really on our head who made to see this life as such a wonderful thing. So these are only due to the moral stories which we have learned in our childhood. We believe that our teachers are the guru who tells the always the truth. These things we should develop in the students. We should make this as a practice for the student. Student should believe that yes, my guru is correct. When the guru is correct, until and unless we have that integrity of all these things, ethics and moral values, when all these things have been built into our heart, and when we grow our thoughts, at that time, this development of stories of integrity will be built in us. Creating a culture of truth. Yes, we should create a culture which should be completely filled of truth. Yes, I'm damn sure to tell you that always the truth wins, always the good wins. Even though the bad has the life, but it ends. It ends, yes. Evil is evil, bad is bad. So try to obey the truth, the good thing. Yes, always the good works, always the truth wins. Yes, false is false, truth is truth. So, with these best ethics and moral values, we should light up your lives, our lives, my life, myself, with ethics and moral values. Come, a leadership modeling and commitment. When you come to a technical education, a leadership plays a very important role, and it is a committed thing. It is a committed thing. See, in general, the human tendency is that we'll do the things what others are doing rather than what they have mentioned us to do. This is a human tendency. When 100 people are doing one thing, how can I do another thing? It's a tendency that we'll try to do what others are doing. Many times, unconsciously, we'll do many things, which, if we actually think about it, we'll come to know that it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. At that time, see to it that if 100 people are doing the wrong thing, be a challenger to do the one that is completely a right thing. That is what a leadership plays a vital role. This is what a leadership plays a vital role. Until and unless we stand for the truth, no one can make us to decline. Alas, yes, we should be a visionary, a missionary. We should have a mission to have the truth, a good, yes, so it is a responsibility of all the faculty members or senior staffs to project the new staff in front of a student that so that the role of model of the faculty in front of the other student that would inspire them to behave ethically. We, the senior staffs, has to go take the junior staff to the classroom and introduce the students, make them to believe that these are the people, these are the guru, we should respect them, what they deliver is the correct. By making the student to imbibe, to include these things, yes, we can have a healthy society. Yes, for this, to do all this, what is needed? Can we alone do? Can students alone do this? Can faculty do this? No way. There should be a support. There should be a supporting hand. Who is the people who are has to support and encourage. See, these are all the institutes should have such an environment to encourage the staff to cultivate a good ethical behavior into the student. See, one a proverb, what I have given here, wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. Yes, wrong is wrong. That is what we are elders, gurujis have mentioned us. Wrong is a wrong thing if everyone is doing it. Right is right, even if no one is doing it. Right? So with this, I want we should having a challenging building leadership responsibility has to be taken on our shoulders as the elders with a vision of good. So, all the institutes should have such an environment that supports employee and encourage ethical behavior among the students, among the staffs, among the professional bodies, organization, the apex body. apex body like AICT, NBA, NAC, UGC. These are the apex body which are playing vital role. The universities, colleges, these are the one schools. These are the one which plays a very important role. These are the people who get connected with the student heart, mind. So, with respect to these things, these moral values and ethics are to imbibe these things. The one and only one place, the right place, is the educational institutions. Educational institution plays a vital role in the life of a student, a youth who builds our nation. So a technically educated people has to get imbibed in the ethical and moral values in them. Even though in the absence of a teacher or a faculty, the student must have the courage to judge this is the right one. It's not that the faculty or a family member or a guru, all the times they will stand beside a student. So we should build a challenging nature, a good nature in the student to judge this is the right thing, this is the good thing, which I have to follow in the absence of everyone. That is called a self-building. Self-building quality we should imbibe in the student. With these things, I'll try to wind up my session. So, what you feed your soul is what you harvest with your action. With this proverb, and see, ethics and moral values only in single hand it is not at all possible. All the hands are put together will give an ethic, a moral, a good, healthy society. The technically educated people are the ones who are completely involved in the economical growth of the nation as well-being or a luxury life what we are spending is only due to these technically educated people with an information, knowledge and skill building techniques with humanity and ethical values will give a good result. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am,
Thank you, sir.
for giving us such a wonderful talk on imparting ethics and moral values in technical education. Whatever the session which is taken, ma'am, it's very good. Okay, for the technical education where we are all together working, there will be a necessity of teaching the students towards the ethics as well as moral values in their building their characteristics when they are joining with respect to the any organizational or institutional work.
Sir, I request participants
Hope
to ask any questions. I'm very happy to answer them.
no more questions, ma'am.
Okay,
Many
if
of
there are
them they
no
have.
questions, I want to give one message, a message to the participants. So is that see whenever you step out of your home, if you have any old sweaters or a bed sheet, try to carry along with you people in the car or a dicky of a bike. Whenever you are traveling, please give these things to the poor people who are on the roadside because this winter is very horrible. So, as a beginning of humanity, a humanity is nothing but a morality, which is a good thing. That is an ethical. So, as a stepping stone for this one, we use this one, and as a stepping stone of this, a small help to the poor people, which can be considered as a stepping stone for ethics and morality following. Thanks for organizing committee and the participants who have come right from different colleges to attend this session. Thank you one and all.
Okay, thank for your message, ma'am. We will implement it.
Thank
We
you, sir.
try our level best to hope use to that one. Hope everyone enjoyed the session with this wonderful and knowledge talk. We come to the end of the session. I thank all the participants and organizers for making this session a grand success. Thank you once again. Have a great day, evening. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you, ma'am, once again.
Thank you, sir.